I am not familiar with GIMP, but I have found a way to do this now. So the first thing you're going to do is to open the sprite sheet. I don't know what this is all about, just press keep. Seems to work. Then what you're going to do is to add, or you're going to do image guides, or misclick, guides, new guide. We'll start with the horizontal ones. So the first one is going to be positioned 192 pixels here. Because as you know, every screen is 256 by 192. So that's our first guide. Now we're just going to be adding a whole lot more of these. Now I'm going to bring out the calculator. 384. $576. $768. This takes quite a while. I don't even have to do all these, but for the tutorial, but well, just so you don't get confused. 1152. One three four four. No. One five three six. One seven two eight. One nine two zero 1920. And now I'm going to do the vertical ones. Switch to vertical. Start with 256. Now 256 plus 256, 512. $768. $1,024. $1,280. I don't think it's a coincidence that I'm hitting all these numbers like 1920, 1280 by 720, and 1920 by 1080. Those are all resolutions of the screen. Well, now I've got them all, don't I? So now, what you're going to do is, I should have looked up how to pronounce this word, transform guillotine. And then you'll get all these, oh my god, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Oh, that's a lot. I don't even need these. As I said, I'm only gonna do yeah, don't need these ones. Just gonna show you one example here in this tutorial. What? Oh right, there are a bunch of empty green ones too. Forgot about that. Yeah, these ones. Anyway, gonna be careful not to minimize the ones that I do want, because there's a big list here. It's quite difficult to get them back. Or not quite difficult, but it's kind of inconvenient. So, let us be careful. Well, we're almost there. Here we have one of them. So here we have the 5 ones, which I'm going to be using in this tutorial. And of course you'll do it with all the other ones too, I presume. Yeah. Well, what you're going to want to do is to file export these images as, you know, PNGs here. I've already done it, you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've already exported these, so now I'm just going to close these because I've already exported them. Close this one too. Okay, I had to go into the task manager and take all of those out. Forgot that I only minimized them, not closed them. So now we're back, and now you're going to want to open as layers. Control-Alt-O. Open as layers. And select these 5 images. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it has to be like from the top to the bottom. I'm not sure. I think the animation works that way, like from top to bottom. I'm not sure, but it's the way I do it at least. I think, yeah, I think it's supposed to be from top to bottom. But of course, to know how to animate these, well, you could try some on your own. But what I like to do is to look at the official sprites. So I've downloaded a Phoenix talking here. Phoenix talking sprite. We can analyze this one. So as we can see, there are, says frame 22, but there's also a background frame here. Yeah, so 23 frames actually. So one thing you'll... Ugh, I need water. Need some water. So what you'll notice is that these frames have 100. It has these frames have parentheses and MS in their names. And now that in GIMP is actually how you specify how long the frame is supposed to last in the animation. Varying lengths here. Most of them are 130 milliseconds. The blinking ones, however, are only 50. So we do have to account for that. So now comes another time-consuming process here. We're going to write down in a notepad document, write down notes here of what kind of sprite it is and how long it takes place in the order of the animation. Now I've already done this, so I'm debating in my head now whether or not I'm gonna do this again. Maybe we'll go like halfway and then I'll stop because I'm getting tired of it. But all you gotta do is just look at these frames. So the first one is a mouth closed sprite, 130 milliseconds. So what I'll do is just closed 130. The next one, open 130. Oh, I hate this. Half open 130. Open 130. Closed 130. Open 130. Half open 130. Open 130. And now we have a blinking sprite here. So half blink 50. Blink 50. And then we have a half blink 50. Open 130. Half open 130. Open 130. Closed 130. Open 130. Half open 130. Open 130. Closed 130. open 130, half open 130, and then open 130. So now we've got all of these different frames jotted down. So now we can do the animation with these sprites. Now, so let's just do this then. So it starts with closed mouth. So this is the starting sprite here, closed mouth. And then moves on to open mouth, which is this sprite right here. In fact, I'll hide all of these. And then we've got half open, which, yes, that is the third sprite. And then we need an open again. Now this one is half blinking, so this is not what I want next. So now we're going to duplicate the open sprite. Right click, duplicate layer, move it down here. So open, and then we need another closed. Duplicate layer, move it down here. And then we need open, half open, open again. So open, half open, open. And now I believe we're at the point at which the blink is happening. So half blink, blink, and then we need another half blink. So duplicate this, move it down here. Now we're back here. Now we're here. Back to the mouth. Open. So let's take an open here. Duplicate layer. Move it all the way down. Half open. Duplicate. Move it down. Open. Again. Duplicate layer, move down. Then we need a closed, so I'll just go here to the top, duplicate this one. And now we just need the same thing again here. Because you see, open, half open, open, closed. Open, half open, open, closed. So we just need the same thing again. Now, I don't know if you can duplicate multiple layers. I haven't figured out any way to do that, so I'll just do it individually. So, yeah, and then to end it off, we've got open, half open, and open. So I'll just grab these three here, duplicate these. Actually, I'll just, duplicate this one here. Now we've got a full animation. All 23 sprites. Now all we have to do is just specify the amount of time they're going to be displayed for, each individually. So you do that by right-clicking, edit layer attributes, and just add the duration. So I'm going to add this 130 ms to my clipboard to do this faster. So I'm going to be doing that for the first, 8 of them. now we've got our blinking sprites, which are going to be each for 50 milliseconds. Yes. And then the rest of these are 130. In fact, now that I think about it, I don't even think you have to specify because of one thing we do later that might make this faster. Yeah, I think so. I just realized one way you could probably do this faster. I'm not sure though. So now I've got all these specified. We're done now. So what we have to do now is file, export, or yeah, export as I'll export images and then just type .gif here. So .gif. And you're going to be, you have to check as animation, loop forever, make sure that's checked. And now here's the part where I think you could save some time. Where unspecified, you could actually, I think you could put 130 here, and then you only have to specify the 50 ones. So that would save you some time. We can try that with the next idle animation. Anyway, otherwise you don't have to mess with this. Export, and now here it is. And if we click on this now, look, it's animated. It's perfect with the blink and everything. So now I'm just going to show you one more example here. We're going to be doing the idle sprite, pretty much, just not talking, just blinking. Let's do that. So file, open. I'm going to open this Phoenix sprite here. Let me close the other ones. So what do we have here? I actually haven't checked this one out. So this is new to me. The first one here is 1660 milliseconds. The next one is a blinking sprite, and then closed, and then, yep. So, yeah. Exactly. So let's just write this down in Notepad. So the first frame is closed mouth. Well, not that that matters. So we'll say open eyes. 1660, and then we have half closed 60, closed 60. Did I say 50? I meant 60, or maybe I said 60. Half closed 60, and then an open 1660. Oh, and here we actually have a faster blink right here. Interesting. Here we have a 50 millisecond, another blink here, but it's 50 milliseconds. So 50. And then we have another open eye, open eye 1660. So now I can open as layers. I'm going to open the first sprite, the fourth sprite, and the fifth, because those are about the eyes, and they opened into this document. That's not what I want. Okay, let me close this, and now open as layers 1, 4, and 5. So the first sprite is going to be 1660 milliseconds. And then we have the I want the half open eye sprite here. But looking at the notepad here. Half closed. 60 milliseconds. And then the completely closed 60 milliseconds, and then duplicate this layer. And then we want this one again. And then we want these ones again too. Not that one, this one. And now we're just going to change it to be 50 milliseconds rather than 60. There we go. And now just one more left. Another OpenEye sprite, 1660 milliseconds here at the end. And now we're done. That's, yeah. That's exactly how we want it. So now export a GIF. .gif as animation, loop forever, exports. So here we have it. Let's see the result. The result is perfect. Now this is how you animate. This is how you create animated GIFs from a sprite sheet. It's quite complicated, but well, maybe it's worth the effort. If maybe you feel it's worth the effort, in which case, yes, include it in your case.